Hi everyone. So today we're talking about comments in PHP, and we'll be talking about the points that are what are the comments in code. We'll also be talking about types of comment and sample of comment, and some interview questions. So the first thing, what are comments in codes? So comments are like text notes which are used to explain the source code. So you may want to ask, why should I need to explain my code, or to whom do I need to explain my code to? So that could be a question you may have. So sometimes we are not the only developer on our project. So, and if you have a line of code that is not self-explanatory, so you may want to add a comment on that code so that other developers that are also on the project with you can easily understand that project and understand that code and what the code is doing as well. So that is one reason why you may simply need to make a comment. So that's why we say comment is like a text note to explain a code in a project. So that is one use case. Another use case could be that you have a section of a code in the project that is not useful for now. So you can just comment that code. So it will be there, but it's not actually working. So it's just on the code. So later you can also come back and uncomment it. So you can use it to like just have a code that you are not yet using as comments. So those are the two use cases of comments. So before we proceed, let's talk about the two types of comment. First one is that we have the single line comment, and then the second type is that the double line comments. If you want to explain one line of the code, that is when you use single line comment. And if you want to explain like two lines in the code, then you use the two line comment. Or if you want to explain multiple lines, you use two lines comment. So let's look at some examples of comments in code. So right now, let me create a file. Let's just say comments. Let's call this file name comment. So comment.php. And then in this file, we create your tag as usual, PHP tag. So right here, let's say we want to have like a variable name as an ECD, that's a variable. And also here we have variable of the age as 30, and then let's say the location is Noida. Okay, let me use Noida. So in this line, let's say you want to explain the variable age, so you can just comment and say age is defining the current age of the user. Okay, so this will allow any other developer to understand what this variable is doing here. So whenever they see the variable and they see the comment, they will understand it. So that is one example of a way that you can use comments in your code. Okay, so let's say that you echo the variable name, then you echo variable of age. So let's check that. So that's saving. So right here you see that there's no space in there, but let's ignore that for now because we're just testing it for now. So now back to the code. If let's say for example you don't want this city, this variable, you want to like bend it, it's not really useful. What I'm just going to do is to add a single line comment. Okay, so how to do a single line comment is that you just going to go in front of anything you want to add note and put double slash. That is how to put in single line comments. So how it works is that if you have the double slash in the front of the line, then all the whole line will be commented. You understand? So if I add it in the front now, the whole line has already been commented. But if I didn't do it that way and I put it in the front, then that means that this variable city is still active, is still executing. Understand? But the whole text that I write in the front will be a comment, it will just be a note. So if it is in the front of the code, then it will just be a note. But if it is before the line, then that whole thing will no longer execute. Now, for example, now let's say I've already commented the variable city. So if I execute it now, you see that it won't work again. And that is because it is a comment. So what if I remove the comment now? You see that it is going to execute. Okay. So if a variable or a line of code is not useful, then you can just easily comment it out. Okay. Otherwise, you can also add the comment in the front of the code as a note. So that is one example and the use case of single line comment. Alright, so let's go into double line comments, and here I'm starting a new PHP tag, and inside variable as usual, let's say the name, let's say Peter this time around, and let's go to another variable and let's call it age. So okay, don't let me use 30 because it already exists there. 30, okay, so that variable created, let me clear this one so I can work on this here. Alright, so echo user name, and then let's run it. Okay, so right now let's say you want to now comment out the whole line of this code, that is multiple line. What you will do is that you start from the beginning at top of the first line and say slash and star. The whole thing has been commented, as you can see, then end it with slash and star. So right here, anything I write below it will definitely work. So let's echo hello and let's see. Okay, perfect. So right now I believe you understand how it works, that for a multiple line comment like this, all you need to do is to start the code with star and then slash and star and end it with star and slash. Okay, and then but if it's a single line, it will just be a 2 slash. For multiple lines, start with slash and star and end it with star and slash. So another use case for using multiple line comments is, let's say you want to explain this whole line in you want to add a comment that will require multiple line for this code. Simply start by slash and star and then next line, or you can just put it in the next line and then start writing your comments, user details, then end it again with star and slash, and then in between it you can start writing all your all your comments, what the each variable are doing, like username is used for knowing so and so for the current name of user. You can also add another one, like, and the next variable user age is used for current age of the user. So you understand, like if you want to add comment that has to do with multiple line, you can also do it without multiple line comments. So right now I hope you understand what comment is and the difference between single line and multiple line. So thank you for watching.